Hi, my name is Monica and welcome to Guru Grit, a place for learning, co-creation, cooperation, and all things to do with the enjoyment of life. So I'm having such a good giggle because this is the last video I'm going to film for the day, and I saved it because I had so much momentum towards it. I really wanted to just milk that experience, just milk the experience. And I kid you not, I've been coming to this bench and sitting here for quite some time. This has never ever happened before. On the topic of how to get your ex back, I was thinking of relationships and couples. And just as I hit record, two ducks, a male and a female, a couple, just waddled out of the creek and walked a perfect circle around me and just went back into the creek, and it just makes me, it's so cute. Oh, they're so cute. They're waddling, they're little bums. It's so funny how I was just thinking about couples and that happened. So manifestations are everywhere. They're happening all the time. Life is truly beautiful and so magical. So if you're interested in learning more about how to manifest your reality, if you want me to help you with that, you can find me on TikTok. I have lots of content on there. You can write to me on here. If you like this, let me know. Leave a comment. And if you like to do a session, I'm offering them now on Etsy. So I'm taking a break from birth chart readings, and I'll bring those back at the end of the month. But for now, you can write to me and let me know what you need help with. So, how to get your ex back. This was a popular one. This is a popular one. And the only reason I'm making this video is out of all the positive comments, the one person who left a negative comment, which is like touching the raw nerve ending of a perfectionist, which I'm neurotic. I thought, oh, I have to answer this. This is gonna be so good. And I let it stew and marinate in my brain for days. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy to answer that. So how do you get an ex back? In the same way that you attract a relationship in the first place, by feeling good and knowing what you want. You don't have to know how it's gonna happen. You don't have to know when, why, through who. None of your concern. Your concern is to know what you want and stay in your business, and it comes to you. The thing is, when you've already had a relationship with somebody, you have a level of expectation that's been ingrained in you. This means, like a muscle that you flex, you have a trained expectation that they will treat you this way or that, things about them that you like and miss, and things about them that you don't. Maybe when you met, you were so happy, and when you broke up, they were so angry with me. Why were they so angry towards the end? So the recent feeling of that is like muddying the waters of your clear thinking, because you're just remembering that anger, you're remembering the feeling of loneliness or betrayal or whatever. But if you could just find a way to get happy again on the topic of relationships, that person can come back to you, or someone like them. Like they say, basically when people try to manifest, they say, I want Joey or Jane or someone else. Well, don't say or someone else, because then anybody can just walk through the door, but you want someone better or better. So the interesting thing about couples and relationships is what happens is when you get together, you're enjoying yourself in the beginning. And then as time goes on, just as life would have you learn more about yourself, ask for new things, ask for different things, even in a coupling, you're still growing, you're still expanding. There's ebb and flow. And usually, not always, but usually when we're younger, you know, we find that frustrating. Like, you're here to make me happy, you used to make me happy, you don't make me happy anymore. And couples find it hard to grow together, so they grow apart. But it's interesting because in their coming together in a relationship, they cause each other to ask for more from life. And then they leave before that relationship can deliver the answer to all that they've been asking for, which is especially why they feel so bitter in a way. But that's like vibrational. I don't need to know the details. The answer is always the same. So what is the benefit of getting back together with your ex? Now, I'm not talking about cases where you tolerate abuse. You know, we need to have discernment when we discuss these things. I said you're a deliberate creator. I didn't say you were dummy dum-dum creator. Deliberate, capital D, you know what you're doing. Not dingle, not dingus, smart, big brain person, okay? So before everyone's like, why would you want that, you know? You have to know that as you trust yourself, or to the degree that you trust yourself, other people have the capacity to trust themselves and create their own reality. So now, this is the nugget that I hope everybody takes away. As you go through life and flow through life, you can run into an ex a year after you break up and want to run into them with your vehicle, or run into them 10 years later and you're in a calm, easy place and you're happy to see them because you realize that they've shown you something about who you are, or you're not bothered by that experience because you're energetically in such a different place than you were at the time when you separated. And those details just don't bother you anymore. But that can happen to anybody at any point in time. So what happens when people get back together and it puzzles everyone on the outside looking in? It's this. You can have a new relationship with an old person. You can have a new experience, romance, relationship, interaction, all new with an old person. Because energy is always evolving. When it stagnates, we get frustrated and we have friction. When it grows, it like flows. If you don't believe me, consider couples who've been married for decades, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They're trying new things. They're growing as individuals. You'll say to them, my husband wasn't really good at this before, but now he's so much better and we have so much fun. Or they'll say, my wife really hated these hobbies before, but now she's on board and we have such a good time together. You try new things. You become different versions of yourselves, a richer, fuller version of yourself. You don't need a partner to do that. But that's the benefit of a relationship, is it shows you it doesn't matter what the external circumstance is. The condition of that partner or that relationship does not have control over you. You control it through your mood. It doesn't rub off on you. Therefore, it doesn't matter if it's an ex or a new person. When you're strong in who you are, you can always be happy. You can be happy in any relationship. And though you don't want to hear it, you can be happy with anyone, not just that one, anyone. Because you are the dominant force that decides, I'm going to be happy today. I'm untouchable. No one can touch me. And the universe is like, all right, then great, go be happy. Here's more happiness. You want it? Here's more, here's more, here's more. But if you say I'm only happy when this person comes back to me, you're going to be waiting for a long, long, long time. And if that person does come back, because it was a condition, you'll be happy maybe a month, maybe 2, maybe 3. And then you're back to where you were. Because you didn't change energetically. You have to flex that muscle like you're at the gym. The vibrational muscle, that thought has to be strong in you. And then, when you don't need that person, that specific person to come back for you to be happy, that's usually when they fall back into your world. You run into them at a party, they accidentally double tap something from 6 months ago and you're like, ooh, haha. And they're like, okay, I've been like spying on you, I've been thinking about you. And you're like, cool, what's up? And you don't feel, this is the third thing I'd like to say, you don't feel this urgency. It's like, oh my God, yay, they're texting me. It's the most natural thing in the world. It's the most natural thing in the world. Because you've known them once before, and getting a phone call from them was like, do you want eggs for breakfast? Like, yeah, great. It's like whatever, it's whatevs. It's so simple, it's so organic. Now when you flow that energy, like, yeah, that person wants to be with me as much as I want to be with them. It's the most natural thing in the world. You're not tense, you're not uptight, you're not begging. You're just like, you know what, you come to me when you're ready. Why am I wasting my precious brain power trying to convince you to be with me? You must be high. You must be high off your... That's when they just float back in. So the best relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. There's nothing wrong with going back to an ex so long as you create a new vibrational experience. Most of the times people break up because they don't allow themselves to grow. So if you can both allow yourselves to grow, go for it. So remember, your vibration is the dominant vibration. You can have anything you want. You don't have to justify it to me or yourself or anyone around you. So go forth and create your dream life. Enjoy this, that, or any other relationship. Thank you for being here, and as always, I wish you the best, and until next time. Mwah.